Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome back to more EU4 Lions of the North. We are playing as Sweden, only 9 years into the game. We are already independent, we've taken a fair bit of land for ourselves, and we have snagged Novgorod as a vassal, which I fully intend to use to claim a whole load of very nice, cheap land. Looking forward to a lot of that. Got some rebels we're gonna have to deal with. Shouldn't be too difficult. Got our troops well on the way. More rebels potentially to follow. A little bit more problematic, but I mean, we'll figure that out. Now over here in this territory, I could concentrate some dev. Takes 8, buys, looks like I lose 3 dev by doing this. But I would toss an extra 5 development into my capital, and for my splendor, I really do want to get up to 30 development in my capital if I can. So I'm kind of leaning toward doing this. If I was going to, I should have done it sooner, but I think I'm going to do it. Let's go ahead and concentrate, and then we are going to turn this into a core, which is going to cost me another 65 dev for now, and then there's a little bit more to go, 66 left, plus this is under occupation, so it's going to take a bit more than that too, but whatever. At least our capital now gets up to 18 dev. The goal is to get up toward 30. By the way, was it at 13 dev before only? Man, I could have sworn it was higher than that. Do we want to pass an edict? Yes, I kind of want to pass a trade power edict for now, just so we can go ahead and get a little bit of extra trade power in the Baltic node, which is where pretty much all of the money we want is coming through, so the more I can collect here, generally the better things are going to be for me. We're making a little bit of cash now. It says we're making a lot. That's not entirely true. We just took some money off of Novgorod once we finish these guys off, but that's going to be completely fine. I do want to go ahead and start currying some favors with Poland, and I'm still not seeing any evidence that England is going my way, which is unfortunate. We're probably going to get enough favors with Brandenburg. I don't feel like I need to worry too much about them. Let's go ahead and start improving relations with my new vassal and see how well that goes. While we're waiting for our troops to get in position to go and kill some of these rebels, a couple things that are worth looking at that are new in this expansion. So government reform's been reworked a little bit, rebalanced. It's a little bit cheaper actually now to do like centralized infrastructure, or maybe it's expanding administration stuff than it was before. And overall, I think that the reforms themselves are supposed to be cheaper than they were, I think. But mostly there are going to be a lot more of them. So we can go all the way to tier 10 now. As Sweden, I'm pretty sure more options will become available later, and other nations, you know, whether that be theocratic or something else, there's a ton more government reforms out there, which is kind of cool. Something else I'm very excited about are some changes to, what is it called, the government governing capacity here. Yeah, so they've changed this now, so if you're over governing capacity, it's actually a little bit more punishing. You lose administrative efficiency if you go over governing capacity, and the more you're over, the more admin efficiency you lose, which is a really important statistic. So to lose that is actually kind of on the painful side. So yeah, you actually really want to take advantage of your governing capacity. However, one nice little way to get around that now is the courthouses and stuff, which I can't build now, but you'll see these later. They no longer take a building slot, or rather they do, but then they immediately add on another building slot. The same way that universities works, which means no longer do I have to sort through every gosh dang state and make sure there's one building slot so I can spam courthouses everywhere. Now I actually can just build them everywhere. So actually dealing with governing capacity is a little bit easier than it used to be. Apparently, by the way, it looks like these guys reset, the Danish separatists. Don't totally know how that happened, but okay. That's kind of cute. All right, so these guys are all taken care of. I guess we could either start drilling, or we could go ahead and pull back on some of our maintenance and save a little bit of cash. I am pretty keen on saving cash. When am I able to go to war with Denmark next? Looks like the truce expires in 1465, so I've got at least 10 years, about 11 to go. So we could go for a war against, let's say, Muscovy and feed a load of land off to Novgorod. Depends on what Poland and Lithuania are looking like. If they're not doing anything else right now, this isn't that bad of an idea. It'd be a pretty darn good way to go ahead and weaken these guys before they get much stronger. Snag a lot of land that I plan on annexing at some point in the future. I really like the idea of going for an early war. I like it a lot. We can train up some additional units, which is interesting. I will definitely take some more admin power, that's fine. We can get a trade ship to go ahead and protect trade in the Baltics. It looks like, interestingly enough, the Teutons have dominant control over this node. Yeah, they have quite a few important trade centers. Fair enough. We'll have to deal with that at some point. Do I trade up more infantry? Kind of depends. So if I were to go to war against Muscovy, this only works if I also call in Poland. Oh, I'd have to fight the Livonians too. Interesting. Who, by the way, I have claims on galore, so that's fun. Yeah, it's a semi-even fight. If we use Viborg effectively as a bottleneck, we probably could get in here and start hitting a lot of troops really hard. Yeah, they can't get through... They can't go through... Unless they get military access through Denmark, I'm pretty sure they have to siphon through this fort, which means I could get a pretty nice combat boost. So what I would do then is I would sit back doing absolutely nothing, waiting for their troops to come to me, and then just keep stack wiping them, or at least hurting them, while Poland and Lithuania do most of the heavy lifting. Not a bad idea, and honestly, even though we are hurting for money and I want to build my economy out, one of the best ways to build that economy? Kill people. Big, rich people, like Muscovy. So, I mean, still kind of works. It's doable. You might be able to do it. I don't need to be paying for this fort right now, by the way. We'll go ahead and mothball some of that. When can I... remove... When can I remove the, statutory thing? 20 years is, I think, what it is, so it'll be about 1464 is when I should be able to do that. Okay. We can summon the diet again to try and get a little bit of extra loyalty. What else do we want to do? Well, first off, let's remember we actually owe a debt to the clergy, so I have to fulfill a lot of their missions. So, for example, I'm going to go ahead and take this. Even though I don't care that much about a little bit of extra base tax in Elfsborg, I still think that's going to be worth it because once we finish 4 of those out and finish a few other things, we can pay off the debt. So that would be good for me. Could also do things like sale of titles. Don't think that's going to be a good idea. Could go for a naval doctrine. Chance to capture ships, naval maintenance modifier. I mean, getting this now is relatively cheap. As the Navy expands, it gets a lot more expensive, but I still think that I need more troops. What's my current combat width look like, out of curiosity? It is 21 force limit, and I always struggle to see where this thing is. 20. 20 combat width. So yeah, we could get a few more units on here. I think cavalry have been reworked a little bit as well, by the way. Like, there's a few different mechanics that have changed, some of which is going to be, you know, in the free patch, and some of which is not. Hungary is not allied to Austria, and is so far not in a personal union. Interesting. Usually those guys are historical friends, so I would have expected them to stay close together, but not this time around. I would love to go for military tech 5, but we'll see about that. So Poland, still not at war with anyone. So long as they're not at war, it's kind of to my advantage to go ahead and do this. The numbers are on my side, we just have to be careful. But if I can be careful, we can do a pretty nice set of reconquest wars. Specifically, let's say for Novgorod proper. There we go. Yeah, I can take a load of land off of them for super cheap. I think we have to do it. I mean, this is a great opportunity. It's a fantastic opportunity to do this. The Livonians, I'll just like humiliate or something. We need to do that anyway. They're my rival. It'll make a lot of sense. But yeah, I think we do want to do that. How many ships do we think the Livonians are going to have? I guess we're going to find out in a little bit. OBKB, so we'll see what happens. We can convert a province. Noteborg. Yeah, well, we'll worry about that later. Doesn't matter too much. I think we just go ahead and do it. So let's get a diplomat back. We've improved plenty with the Pope Man. What kind of liberty desire do we have right now, by the way? Novgorod may not actually help me much in this war, which is a little on the unfortunate side. Do I want to spend some power going ahead of time in military tech, knowing that it's going to cost me a lot of extra mill power, specifically so I can have the better infantry and everything else? I normally wouldn't do this, but I think I'm going to. Let's boost our innovativeness. Let's go for the really nice ahead of time tech. Let's get the better infantry. Now, I think that some pips have been changed. Artillery got reworked a fair bit as well. They can like retreat from the back row now. It's interesting. Anyway, what do I want though? Offensive or defensive? I think mostly offense. Morale has been changed a little bit too. The longbow would be relatively safe, but I think I'm gonna go for the offensive morale pips. Yeah, they changed the way morale works. It's really complicated math stuff. I don't think I could fully explain to you exactly how that's worked out, but yeah, it's very complicated math stuff. So Navy's out of port, not really worried about that. Let's go ahead and declare Novgorod the war goal because I definitely want to make sure that our allies give that over to me. And then, yeah, I think we just go for it. Here we go. All right, now I don't think we need some of these forts. I'm gonna leave the one in Skane on. But some of these, at least we can turn off. Let's see what happens with some of this. Would have loved a better advisor like this Morale of Armies guy. I'm willing to spend some money to get a better advisor, though technically the local defensiveness or the fort defense would have made sense over here in Viborg, but I'm not worried about it. We're gonna wait for some people to come to me and get stuck on this fort, or they're gonna go down to the Lithuanian territory, which just makes this even easier. So let's see what they kind of do over here. I'm fighting a whole bunch of tiny little guys. That's one of the things that's gonna get really annoying. Denmark, are you giving military access off to them? I don't see evidence that you're doing so. Good, so I'd like to keep them that way, nice and stuck far away. Let's see if we can just smash a few tiny stacks here and there before they can get too many of their guys together. I think we should be able to, or we can at least siege down Pskov or something. The Poles are winning some of their initial fights. That's good. Can I go siege down Novgorod as well? Seems risky to split my stacks, but let's see what happens over here. Now, Lithuania just got stack wiped, so that's not good. Yeah, Novgorod, I'm well aware that you are being a little bit annoying and not in the mood to join in on these wars, but that's fine. So it looks like we have a bunch of forts already under siege over here. We have a 460 air. Well, I like the 4 and the 6. I'm not really a fan of the 0. The 0 seems kind of bad, but okay. Anyway, if we can siege down like 4 or 5 forts at a time, this is gonna get really, really easy. I'm gonna say the objective here is for Poland to take these for now, while we kind of stick together. And then when we can make our push down to Moskva, we will do so. Can I go to my subjects? I don't think they're gonna stick with me at all, but let's go ahead and tell them to be supportive on the off chance we can get their liberty desire down to something reasonable. And hopefully they're actually gonna help me. All right, corruption, do not wanna lose stability, no thank you. Always important to me to keep that stability nice and high. I would love to have a cardinal, by the way. Would love, love, love to get a cardinal. But I don't know if the Pope man's gonna give it to me. That'd be the best way to get myself a lot more papal influence. Papal influence, of course, turning into, you know, just like free stability, at least until Protestantism fires off, and then I'm gonna swap over to that for sure, and I wanna be one of the leads of that. Whoa, okay, hello. The quarter reduction of Charles X. Well, we can reduce autonomy in a lot of places. We can get money, or, oh, you know, I'm gonna take the stability. I don't even have to think about it. I like reducing autonomy and all, but I'm pretty sure most of those provinces are already as low on autonomy as they can be. I take that back. No, they're down to 25%, but they can't be lower than that until I get rid of the estate statutory rights appeals, whatever the heck it is. So we couldn't go below 25%. Getting a number 3 stability, that seems like just kind of a no-brainer. I'm watching to make sure these guys don't go around and start to snipe some of my forts. That's one of the most embarrassing and nasty things that can happen. A cardinal minister, I do like that idea. Tolerance for yearly papal influence. We don't have any heretics. This seems fine. We'll go ahead and pick that up. We've won the siege of Pskov. This is good. All right, let's siege down something else. We've won Novgorod. That was the war goal. This, of course, is going to be handed off to Novgorod proper. So let's wait until the rest of my buddies have finished with some of their sieges. And once it's looking like they're finishing up over here, like that, we'll be able to... Actually, you know what? Let's just try to get the Livonian Order out of this. I'd like to just get the Livonian Order out. Get them out of the war, humiliate them, whatever it's gonna take. Let's get them out of this picture, and then we can focus fire on Muscovy. Now, they're down over here, sieging down Moldavia and little pieces of Poland way down here. Yeah, no, if you want to waste your time off in that direction, I'm not gonna say no. Go for it, bud. Truce of the Teutons is over. Holstein has been annexed. Okay. Now, fun fact about Denmark. We actually have a special war goal against them to steal the Crown of Norway from them and take a personal union. So we literally are just gonna fight over taking Norway as a personal union. I don't really see any reason not to. I think that sounds like a great idea, so we will do so. But it's gonna be a little while before we can do that. They got claims and stuff that I can make use of, but mostly I got claims all over Norway. Like, if I planned on conquering Norway, okay, fine. But these claims don't do me a lot of good if I plan on just turning them into a personal union, and I really would rather just do that. Vassals aren't a bad thing. They're pretty good to have. All right, we're just keeping our troops together. I'm actually gonna pull most of my soldiers off, but leave the general, ideally, so that we can help with the siege value, but stop taking so much stinking attrition. Preserve the manpower pool. Very important to do that. Bremen has allied Denmark. Go for it, have fun with that. Denmark without Sweden, it's not gonna be a major world player for too long, honestly. As far as great world powers, yeah, they're not even on this list at this point. Oh, sad, sad Denmark. Sad Denmark. All right, just gonna take this fort, the capital. We'll knock out Livonia, it'll be fine. We're currying favors with Poland again. I wanna use them against Denmark. We're gonna have plenty of favors against Brandenburg. I don't feel like I'm worried about that much at all. Anything else we want to do with like estates and stuff? No. Looks like Novgorod is finally playing ball. That's good. Okay. We'll help unsiege your land and stuff in a little bit. I'm gonna make you a lot stronger, Novgorod. I'm gonna eat you afterwards. I'm basically fattening up a pig, but that's fine. Don't think about it too much. Your life will be a lot better if you don't think about it too much. We could spend some military power if I have excess to get some legitimacy, but that's really not that important to me right now. Sami culture is apparently a part of our culture group. I didn't know that, and so is Karelian. Interesting. Okay. Could raise some war taxes. That would certainly save me a lot of money. But honestly, I'm just gonna accept that I'm gonna take loans. It's gonna happen. We're gonna pay all those loans off with the war chest I'm gonna take from other people. So, hi Livonia, hi, how you doing there? I'm gonna humiliate you, and I'm gonna take your war reps, and I could take your trade power, and then also maybe some money. Yeah, that'll work, 110 ducats. So we're gonna take lots of money off of you, lots of trade power, so I can make money, and then I'm gonna humiliate you, which gets me splendor. I don't care about taking lands, not right now, not today. That's that, goodbye. Thank you. All right, with that done and out of the way, now we need to go focus. What is going on over here? Hold on. They're all black flag. There we go. I was gonna say, something's going on here that's a little bit weird. Let's pop back into my territory, and we need to start making our beeline toward Muscovy. So I can go directly to Moskva. Poland, I would like you to go over here to Mozhaisk, whatever you want to call it. And once we get that, we're set. Go ahead and pay off one of those loans. Might as well. Austria and Castile are buddies? That's scary. Profiteering, upset Gotland. They're pirates. They're always angry. I don't care what they think. Hey, Moskva has troops. I win. Thank you. Cultural unrest. I'll just accept the autonomy for now. Not a big deal. So, Poland, you've decided it's actually way more important to go and unsiege all of your stuff. Honestly, that's fine. Just keep them off of my back while I go siege down Moskva, okay? We probably want to leave some troops behind, but they don't necessarily need to be right here. Let's just send them over to Tver. How many troops do we need? 9, that's what I've got, okay. Education for the poor, innovativeness? Yeah, all right, why not? Karelian separatists, we'll worry about that another time. So, don't give up here, Poland. It looks like they're training up a lot of troops. I'm guessing they lost something important. Probably, which is a little annoying, but oh well. We'll worry about Karelian later. Don't worry about them. Don't even think about it, it's fine. And just sit here, don't go anywhere, don't get excited, don't try to go carpet siege, don't do anything stupid, we just want the capital. Once we take Moskva, I think we're gonna get enough war score that we are gonna be able to do a lot of good stuff. It is interesting that none of the little tiny vassals owned by Muscovy have cores for Novgorod. Below 0. Below 0. Yeah, I actually heard some people talking about doing an achievement run on that the other day. Sounds awful! I'd rather not have to do that, thank you. All right, well, this is going well so far. Just don't do anything stupid, all right? Take this capital fort back and you'll be fine. Just don't do anything stupid, Poland, Lithuania, Mazovia, Moldavia, whoever the heck else you are. Okay, they're starting to siege down some stuff over here. This is grasslands, not a good fort to fight in, so we're gonna try to ignore that and just hope that we can take down Moskva quickly. I see him stacking up some troops, but they're mostly coming to reinforce, I think. He's got 2 or 3 big stacks he's running around with, which my buddies want a fort. Okay, well, they want to fight. That's good. That's good. Scotland and Denmark hate each other again. Cool. You know, we could be friends, Scotland. I don't really see the point, though. I really feel like England was kind of my only shot for another big, powerful ally. But you know what? With Poland and Lithuania on my side, as long as we don't do anything dumb, I think we'll be fine. So there goes Moskva. Good. So now I'm going to stack up my troops, and we're going to see if we can go crush this. before he can take a fort and lose some more war score. I know it's grasslands, but I think we are going to have some allies come and assist me. So let's crush. Say goodbye to them. That's a stack wipe. Okay. So we're looking good there at 50% war score. Now, out of curiosity, if I were to stop improving relations with Novgorod, which it's always rare to find a happy Novgorod and a live one, but that's fine. So let's suppose I want to give, like, all of your land back. Not to Ryazan, don't care about that. Novgorod, Novgorod, Nov. I think we actually are going to prevent the formation of Russia by doing this. But this is going to cause not a ton of aggressive expansion. It's actually very little. And we can give them all of this land, and we're actually not that far off. Yeah. Siege down 1 or 2 more forts, unsiege 1 or 2 little things here. We got this. All right, cool. Don't merge on me, please. Go do something else. And once again, let's go ahead and pull some troops off. Go do other things. I don't really care what. We need what? 6 troops here? That's fine. Okay. So yeah, go run rampant. Go and unsiege this fort. Go do whatever you want. I don't really care. You're gonna be fine, man. So with these guys out of the way, we should be able to say, go ahead and protect trade again. Denmark has troops in Norway. Can't say I really understand why, but okay. I am very much looking forward to snagging the throne of Norway. Maybe we get lucky and we actually inherit them someday. I don't know. Tech. Admin tech? Idea groups? Maybe. Ideas have been reworked. A few things are different. The quantity ideas have been nerfed heavily. They're still good, but they've been nerfed. It's no longer you have to take this like one of the first things in the game. Also, the policy, I think, between, is it quantity in economic or quality in economic? Yeah, maybe it is with quantity. I think the land force limit modifier down there has been nerfed, I think. That sounds right. I wish I had the patch notes in front of me so that no one will yell at me for being an idiot on this video, which, I mean, you know, being true or notwithstanding, it's still rude to say. But, I'm pretty sure it's something around there. I just know that the typical meta there is gone. It's been changed up a fair bit. Let's go ahead and start doing some carpet sieging, have a little bit of fun with this. Just give some war exhaustion off to Muscovy. We are up to 57% war score. That's good. They're unsieging a little bit of land, and they are starting to collapse over on the remainder of Muscovy, Yaroslav, and Pskov's troops. All right, so this should be the end of them. They're going to suffer pretty heavily. Okay, good. So that's going to be a lot more war score. We're now up to 58%. They are unsieging the 2 forts that were remaining. We could go for a bunch of little forts over here in Yaroslav and stuff, but to be honest, I'm running low on manpower and I'd like to stop. I'm just going to accept a little bit of manpower autonomy over there. Again, we'll burn it down and no problem. Let's see, the Prussian Confederation seeks Polish support. Okay, so Danzig is a thing. So, sorry, Teutons, but you've been divided in half, and now Danzig is, you know, an ally of Poland. This is why I didn't want to ally with the Teutons, just in case something were to go horribly wrong. I don't want to fight against the Lithuanian Commonwealth. Which, by the way, also has new missions, and here's a cool little nitpick. Well, not nitpick, a tidbit, there we go. If you play as Lithuania, and using Lithuania formed the Commonwealth, it's not the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, it's the Lithuanian-Polish Commonwealth. Also, I think you get, like, your own, like, national ideas or something, too. Like, there's some stuff there that actually incentivize playing as Lithuania if you want. Anyways-y-hoo. So, are we basically done here? I think we're basically done here, unless we think we can farm out a little bit more war score, and I think the answer is probably yes. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just retreat my troops back home. We've got some Novgorod separatists that want to fire off over here, which we will deal with in due time, What happened to the rebels that were over here? The Karelians are dead? Someone killed the Karelians for me. Well, nice, thank you. Much appreciated. Midas touched, tax modifier. Not too bad in the early game, I suppose. It's not really important, but it's not bad. Yeah, if we can get this fort back, that's huge. Muscovy is sitting here and just dying with attrition on Krakow, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. 5 years, by the way, until we can go to war again against Denmark. We have a call for peace. I'm just waiting for a fort or 2 to finish up. I know we're getting war exhaustion. It's not that big a deal. Circassia, you are a thing. Hi, I didn't realize we were fighting you. Can I pillage you and take some money and stuff? Thank you, bye. I don't know. It's a little aggressive expansion, but who cares? Did I get anything out of that? I think I was already 18, so I'm pretty sure I got nothing out of that arrangement. Oh well. So I got aggressive expansion, but nothing. We've seen that happen before. 80% war score because both of those forts just fell. That is good enough for me. Hello. All right, Muscovy. Alrighty, bud. It is time to be done with you. So we are gonna have you return all of this land back to Novgorod. My vassal's about to get way better all of a sudden. We could have you cancel some subjects. Don't think I really care. Don't really care about taking any land for myself. I guess we could take out Pskov, but like, meh. I have no claims there, so I'm gonna go with no. Let's not do that. Could snag some people as vassals, not gonna do that. Could take war reps and then some money, of which you have several hundred ducats. Beautimus, I will happily take 500 ducats from you. This is a very good war. Boom, baby! Ha ha! Look at me go, all right. Not bad, not bad. There's Novgorod separatists, hi! Good timing! I just gave all this stuff off to Novgorod. Do you really want to go join? I guess, okay, he's, you know, the more the merrier, right? Hey, all this, Novgorod's getting strong and in charge. Let's rejoin. The Swedish come and say, nope. That's the end of that nonsense. All right, anyway. So that's all looking real good. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and, we're still currying favors. Let's curry some with Brandenburg. We have one extra relationship slot. We could rival against Muscovy, and I think I will, to just kind of make Poland and Lithuania love me. Also, let's be honest, after that event, Muscovy's not gonna like me ever again. So that's fine with me. So my claims are looking pretty good. Now it's just the Baltics around the Livonian Order, and then everything that's been taken by Norway. I would like to get some additional claims going against Denmark. I really want to take Sjælland. It's such an important province. The Sound Toll, the Entrepot over here, not to mention it's got a great project, which, I mean, that's not super important, but it's still nice. I mean, yeah, I'd really like to take this, whether we can or not, different question, but it'd be nice. Gotland is allied to Poland. Why did you ally the pirates? No, really though, why did you ally the pirates? Well, they're my core, so when we get Poland called into a different war, I'm just gonna run in here and kill them. But that's rude. That's really rude. Why would, how could you do this? I can't believe you done this. Fun thing, by the way, about all these extra little territories I just took, none of them are gonna be my problem as far as rebels, and they're cores for Novgorod, so like, that's solid, dude. All right, waiting until January before I grab some tech. Actually, wait. Is the penalty just due to the Renaissance? It is, actually, so waiting on this does me no good. All right, we'll go ahead and take the national ideas plus the Diplotech, get all of that. As far as my first idea group, what do I want? Influence isn't a bad idea. Income from vassals, liberty, desire, and subjects, diplomatic annexation costs, diplomatic relations, reputation, envoys. Yeah, I could see this being a really good choice for me. Espionage has been improved a little bit. The state propaganda is really tempting for aggressive expansion. Really tempting, but I don't think we can. I do love the idea of going for quality ideas. Innovativeness appears to have been reworked a little bit. I'd say it's a smidge better than it was before. It's always been, in my opinion, pretty good. So I like innovative, especially for that tech cost reduction. Innovativeness, gain, prestige, institution, war exhaustion. But is this the first thing I should get? It probably should be influence ideas, right? So we get more value out of things like Novgorod and eventually Norway? Yeah, probably. I think we're gonna go for influence as my first idea group. Kind of weird. Don't usually do that, but we're gonna. I'm also gonna swap over to a Diplo focus, and we could go for some inflation reduction and admin power. How much money am I making really though at the end of the day? I don't know. Let's wait for a minute and sort of see where this goes. Could start asking people like Brandenburg and Poland for some money, I suppose, if we wanted to. Looks like Poland is fighting against the Teutons. That's fun. Well, they'll win that war, no problem. Again, very glad that I did not get involved in that. What are my other missions, by the way? What do we need to do? The Crown of Norway. Ah, see, now take the crown, and we get to finish this. Yep. And if we finish that, I get the subjugation of Norway for 15 years. I get a whole bunch of claims on Denmark. Not to mention some manpower and nobility loyalty. All right. German coast is not going to happen for a while. Window to the east. 6 provinces. So we need to own the Baltics area. Okay, so I need to fight the Livonians and eat them. Got it. That gets me some really nice stuff in Riga. Also claims in East and West Prussia. Also fun. Wow, the missions make it really easy to go and take over the entirety of the Baltics, huh? All right. So if I owned Novgorod myself, we could finish this mission. I'm gonna annex these guys at some point, so it's gonna be a little while, but the sooner we can annex them, probably the better. Okay, and then stabilize the kingdom. We need to I have to be not in debt. Okay. Does it actually say here? Yeah, debt with the clergy, there it is. So that's what's hurting my legitimacy and stuff. All right. So government reforms. We started off with feudal nobility, which is fine. Now for tier 2, strengthen noble privileges is still pretty good for manpower. Curtail the nobles from taxes. Grant noble castle rights. Constructing up-to-date fortification buildings increases the loyalty of nobility. Really? That's interesting. Compromise with the nobility for some stability cost. Or gain army tradition and professionalism per year. Wow. And then every time I recruit a general, the nobility loyalty goes up. Really? Huh. I'd be inclined to think the manpower is a winner, but I don't know. This could be kind of fun to do. It's different. Why not? Why not? Just for the heck of it. Now I should say, army professionalism, the slackened standards has been nerfed. You don't get 2 years of manpower anymore, you get 1. Pretty sure. So that's a thing. Let's go ahead and start drilling my troops. We'll go ahead and start building that up a little bit. But yeah, so that's interesting. All right, well, a very successful war against Muscovy. Nipping them in the bud is kind of like nipping the Ottomans in the bud. They're not going to be forming Russia anymore, and we've just given ourselves a pretty massive power base to work with. And if I can take Norway early on, I mean, again, we're less than 20 years into the game. If I can take Norway as well under this crown and then start eating up Denmark, dude, I'm golden. I mean, I can have the entirety of Scandinavia under my thumb within within 30 or 40 years, which is crazy. Oh wow, Scotland ate the Irish. How cute. Anyway, so that's gonna be interesting. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Don't forget you can get the new DLC as of today, so take a look for a Steam store link in the description down below. My name is Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.